Now, there are as many as 7 multi-party delegations that will be articulating India's stance against terrorism across 33 countries. As of now, delegation of members of parliament led by JDU MP Sanjay Kumar Jha is in Japan. Meanwhile, we also know that Shrikant Shinde-led delegation has landed in UAE. All delegations are carrying a customized dossier prepared by Indian intelligence and foreign policy experts. This dossier highlights Pakistan's decades-long support and promotion of terror. The dossier details direct links between Pakistani state institutions and terror outfits like the LET, the JEM and the Haqqani Network. Additionally, clinching evidence from Mumbai 2611, Pathankot, Pulwama and Pahalgam attacks is also elucidated upon. The financial and digital trail of terror funding from Pakistan to sleeper cells in multiple nations are also detailed. It will also be highlighting the major international terror attacks, including the 9/11 World Trade Center incident and the 2005 London bombings that had direct or indirect links to Pakistan. Well, India, of course, has made it clear that Operation Sindoor is our policy towards terror. India's biggest diplomatic outreach has now begun. Anand Singh is joining us live on this big story. Anand, what is going to be on the agenda of these multi-party delegations? We are learning that they're carrying a terror dossier exposing Pakistan.
Yeah, Uday, look, India's history on how it has been affected by the Pak-sponsored terrorism. So clearly, the Indian delegates are carrying a complete dossier detailing how they were behind the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks, in which 167 people had died, and which also includes a complete detailed note on Hafiz Saeed and also on several of the terror masterminds residing in Pakistan. So clearly, this delegation will also include all the terror attacks that had took place post 2014 also, which includes Pathankot, Uri, Pulwama and all. And beside that, the Pahalgam dossier is also there with the delegates, that how Pak-sponsored terrorism was behind this brutal terror attack that took place on April 2022. So clearly, they will be briefing all the government representatives over there in 33 countries, as 7 delegations are going, that they will brief that how JEM, Hizbul Mujahideen, LET and Haqqani Network, and beside that TRF, the resistance force that has been formed by JEM, so they will also brief on that how and when and where they have been carrying out such all the terror activities, and how the training is being provided in Pakistan, and how Pakistan's ISI and their military establishment is also giving them a safe haven to use their soil, to use their resources to train the terror network over there and then send them to India. So clearly, all these dossiers will contain the detailed information of their financial transaction trails, that how Pakistan is sponsoring the terror activities, and also how they have been sponsoring terror in India in several parts of the country in last few years. So all these things will be on the agenda of the Indian delegates, who will be meeting and briefing several of the government representatives, government officials while their visit to several countries. Back to you then.
All right. Group Captain UK Devnath, defense expert, in fact, joins us on the broadcast. Group Captain Devnath, do you believe this is a great exercise, the first of its kind, that has been kick-started by India? Delegations have already reached Japan and also the UAE. More delegations expected to reach more destinations like Russia very, very soon. Group Captain Devnath.
Yes, Uday, a very fine, subtle and sophisticated diplomatic offensive launched by India against Pakistan. World at large has to be convinced that Pakistan remains epicenter of terror. Our delegations which are going to these countries, more than 33 countries, have been briefed in India by representatives of External Affairs Ministry, by Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri himself. And now when they reach these countries, their first briefing is done in that country by our ambassadors or high commissioners. Thereafter, they will be meeting the government officials from host countries. It has to be seen that most of these countries have already supported India or India's point of view after Pahalgam terror attack. In fact, many of these countries have directly or indirectly accused Pakistan for masterminding Pahalgam attack. More will come in next 2 or 3 days as these delegates meet government officials from host countries, because some of the host countries, they are very close to Pakistan. They have been some of the host countries, I'll not take name, but they have been supporting Pakistan through financing Pakistan's economy by providing trade and technology opportunities to Pakistan. So probably there is a case where we convince these host countries that they must give only a calculated support to Pakistan and definitely not support Pakistan when it comes to terrorist activities anywhere in the world, especially in India. Yes, Uday?
Also, the Group Captain Devnath, each of the delegations is tasked with this terror dossier. So it's not just allegations or mere words, but it's going to be backed up with facts and proof and evidence, Group Captain Devnath.
Absolutely. There is no doubt that world will believe India. World already believes us, but it will definitely believe us more once we give them some credible informations and evidence. World we are staying in a rule-based world, and all countries have denounced terrorism. We all want to live in a peaceful world. We must have seen that wherever our delegation goes, first of all, we pay our respect to Mahatma Gandhi's statue, which invariably is installed in all the capitals of the world. Now, what is very, very important here is that the host country has to be convinced deliberately, slowly, without being too pushy. It should not appear as an aggressive marketing by Indian diplomatic cadre. What has happened, Uday? Like I was speaking to my friends and relatives who are staying in Europe or America, Pakistan somehow has been able to launch its case a wee bit ahead of India. Immediately in the aftermath of Pahalgam, Pakistan floated large amount of media content, print or electronic, in Western countries, saying that Pahalgam attack was not orchestrated by Pakistan, but it was orchestrated by liberators, Azadi ke Diwane, who are based within India. Similarly, after Operation Sindoor was launched, Pakistani diplomatic community immediately on 7th, 8th, 9th, they met their counterparts in host countries,
Yes.
Pakistan media, and they convinced them that it was India which was an aggressive country and it was Pakistan who was defending its sovereignty. So now we have to go in a mild, soft diplomatic offensive without it being very, very aggressive. Yes.
More reactions meanwhile coming in on this big story.
हम दुनिया को ये बताएंगे कि पाकिस्तान और भारत को एक ही तराजू पर तौलना ठीक नहीं है। दुनिया के फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन से पैसे लेकर आतंकवादियों को पालने और पोसने वाले देश को आइसोलेट करना ज़रूरी है। दुनिया को ये भी बताएंगे कि ये सोच भी ठीक नहीं है कि अगर उनके देश में होता है तो आतंकवाद है, भारत में होता है तो भारत और पाकिस्तान के बीच का मामला है। हम पहलगाम से लेकर सीज़ फायर तक सारे इंसिडेंट्स को विद प्रूफ